Okay, so I know that I do a lot of videos over the weekend. I apologize over and over again for that, but um, I like to break down these videos into shorter videos instead of doing like 45-minute videos. That way you can just kind of filter through what it is that, you know, what it is that I'm reviewing or talking about or whatever. Uh, anyway, this is my favorites of the week video. I read a lot of books this week. I think I had like 19 or 20, 21 titles, something like that. But so I broke it down to like my top 10 faves. Uh, Coming in at number 10 was Penny Dora and the Wishing Box. I really, really like this series. It's good for what it is. Which is just a break from everything that I'm reading that is so just hardcore and dark during the week. It's nice to have kind of an uplifting story about this box that grants wishes and gives people castles and makes them princesses or have flying cats or whatever. um, the story on this is really good. Really love the coloring, really love the art in this book, and like I said, it's just a really good break in the middle of a bunch of just apocalyptic, dark, somebody killing somebody else books that I read. uh, and then number 9 was Superior Iron Man. Really liking this title. Like I said, I'm happy that Tom Taylor can make me like Iron Man. Um, you know, which is really saying something. I like this ass Tony Stark, um, and the way that he reminds me a lot of Robert Downey Jr. and the Iron Man from the movies, and it's really enjoyable. Really curious to see where somebody that smart, whenever they're evil, uh, it's kind of like a Luthor type of thing. If Luthor had like the Iron Man suit and all, but it's really enjoyable. Look forward to each issue. I like the Daredevil's in that, and so I've got a couple of different Daredevil titles that are just awesome every month. Next up, number 8 was this Crossed plus 100. Um, I really like this second issue. I think I'm getting a little more used to the future speak of it. Um, and I liked that this was set in Memphis, that um, it gave us a little more background on what's going on with the characters in this than the first issue did. Um, there were a few more zombies in this, and a little more death and gore, which I know isn't everybody's thing, but I like gore. If you're gonna draw something, then blood's just as good as anything else, I guess. But yeah, that was really pretty good. Um, Next up was number 7 was Winter World. Um, this issue was a little slower than Winter World's been, um, but I mean it was still good. Story's still going forward. It's a bleak world. Things are bleak, um, and I enjoy this every month. Chuck Dixon's doing a hell of a job with the story. Guillermo is doing a really good job on art. The coloring's fantastic. Um, and it's just a really fun ride. Um, I'm glad that Stacy Poole picked it up and that she said that she liked that first issue. Going back to get more, it only gets better. Um, Especially once like they get to paradise and stuff, and you know uh, how that all works out. Fun book. Um, Next up was Gru Friends and Foes. I'd have probably stuck this up higher if it weren't a number 1, because I love Gru, and I said before that Gru's one of those characters that only Sergio Aragonis can do Gru, and one of these days he's not getting any younger, and there's not going to be any more Sergio Aragonis, and I hope to God nobody else tries to write Gru because it won't be the same. And yeah, if you're looking for something that's just funny and silly and Gru, then that's a great book. Um, Coming into the top 5, I got The Kitchen. Um, Loving this story. Ollie Masters doing a hell of a job with the story. Ming Dole's art's on point. Colors are fantastic. Um, and this story, just every issue is getting us a little closer to them being a mob boss, being able to lead this family, I guess. And now everybody's kind of falling in line, and that story, Vertigo is just really putting out some good titles. Uh, Next up, number 4 is Apocalypse. Uh, issue 1, I really liked. Issue 2, I thought was really good. It seemed a little more confusing. Uh, this issue started to kind of flesh it out a little bit better. The art in this by Shane Davis is just, I mean, just off the freaking chain. Love Shane Davis's art in this. The coloring in this, beautiful. Um, you know, uh, Jonathan Hennessy that writes this told me on Twitter exactly what this story is, and he said it was 600 years worth of time that's all broken down into one timeline, and that the past is at war with the future, and that the past is currently winning. And I guess that makes these resinker guys like the army of the future. And it's really, really good. Also, he said that this is slated to be a maxi series. That apparently they're going to do like maybe 5 or 6 trades of this. That's like the content that they're looking towards doing. So I'm thinking Legendary, I think, normally does trades and 4 issue runs. So they're looking at like maybe 20, 24 issues. And that would be freaking awesome, because I would love to see how this world develops over the course of that many issues. Um, then the spread. I can't believe I was going to drop this book, because this issue 5 on the spread was awesome. Um, all these characters are coming to a head. I just wish that we could get more background on what the spread actually is, and maybe a little bit more background on No, which I guess it's really hard to have background on No when all he ever says is no. But he branched out. He actually had like 6 words other than no in this book, so cool. Maybe we'll learn something. Number 2, Red Sonja. This book consistently just good. I mean, um, I loved Gail Simone on Batgirl, and so I started picking up Red Sonja because of the fact of how much I loved Batgirl, and I have not been disappointed at all with anything that's happened in Red Sonja. Um, I think I know it's the only book, I guess, that I pick up 2 copies a month on Red Sonja. I pick up the regular covers, and then I pick up the subscription covers, because uh, I started picking up the subscription covers, and I just can't make myself stop, because I I love these subscription covers. Um, they've all just been awesome. And somebody will probably tell me one day you can put them all together and they make some crazy picture or something, because they're all kind of similar. Uh, and then my favorite thing that I read this week, uh, it's hard not to say that it's my favorite thing that I read, was Infinite Crisis. This book has been building to the point that this issue was since the beginning of the series. That the Monitor was trying to put together all of these different groups. Anybody that's ever read Crisis on Infinite Earth, I mean, it's the same gist, that another big bad has come back, and something is orchestrating all of these evil people from all over the multiverse to you know come and fight this big battle in the end. Something with DC that I really enjoy now, since Injustice and everything, is these DC. I mean, I don't really care that much about continuity, but they don't seem like they can really keep continuity. And so these books that aren't in the main DC universe, these video game books, are just great to me because they make up their own continuity as they go. They don't. I, I don't know if that's continuity. I mean, if it's just one book, is it really continuity? I don't. Hmm. I don't know. But I mean, it's just a single encapsulated universe that all these people are in, and there's so many different versions and so many different characters that are the same people but so different. And all of them are trying to learn to trust each other, and they're building just these awesome teams of people, and it's just all building to this issue. And now kind of all the cards are starting to get on the table, and so you know maybe we can you know we're finally going to jump forward with that. But anyway, that's about all I got to say. I've taken up a lot more time on this than I planned on, and you know go out and find some comics to read.